back, but I did appreciate that initial moment.
You gonna leave us something? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Honestly, I think with Aris, I'm trying to figure out whether it's game or whether it's like what I'm saying, like you said about same with Elijah Juwan. You want to do better, but you don't have the capacity to do better. You know what I mean? Like you see yourself doing better, but it's very hard to change old habits. And I wonder if that's the case. You know what I mean? Because I was saying to before you got here, I was saying to Sean, I wonder, it does seem like he's I thought he was emotionally detached maybe a little bit as well, hasn't really um gotten over the past hurt, because I remember in his the beginning when we get to know him, his thing was he has been hurt in the past and it took him a long time to get over it. It took him what 12, 30 years to get over the past hurt. And I said, yeah, that sounds like a wound that's bigger than just a girlfriend hurting you or ex hurting you. That sounds like either a mummy or daddy issue which is connected with a girl hurting you, which has doubled over. Do you know what I mean? And you fail to deal with it. And in that case, if someone like that is wounded like that, sex becomes the method of communication and becomes a method of connecting with someone beyond before connecting with that person on an emotional level. So he generally could be offering his help, but then his nature of consistently trying to use sex as a vehicle of connection can actually prohibit the connection because he's not actually really getting close enough to get to know the person. So he's actually shielding himself from being hurt again by guarding the heart, which is what's part of that emotional communication and that emotional connection with somebody, but using sex as a way of like, oh no, I like you, I love you, I appreciate you. This sex is my way of kind of communicating with you. If anyone tells you sex is their way of telling you they love you, I'm gonna tell you straight, I appreciate that, but it ain't true. Because sex is only an aspect, it's a shard of, it's not the way that you show someone love. And if you're stuck at the sex part, I would implore you to look a bit deeper because we should have more connections than just sex. You know what I mean? We can have sex with anybody. And that's the honest truth. But connection requires us to actually converse, to talk, to get to know, to extract information from one another, to generally dive deep and actually find out who that person is right in front of you, and not consistently ask questions about. It's the fact that, do you know what was even wild? It's the fact that he asked her favorite color only to dive back into what sex was. That's what took me off. I said, bro, like, so you asked a sex question and she said, listen, do you know what? I'm going to be a little bit conservative about it. For you to then ask a question about her favorite color, then to say, well, people who like lavender actually like backshot. Like, bro, that is wild to me, bro. It is the wildest kind of connections I've ever heard. Plus, I never heard lavender ends like backshot. I heard they like no jokes, but I've never heard that. So it's just wild to me.
He
Yeah.
made that up. He completely
Yeah.
made that up.
And that's scary. That part's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
That's
you hit the
scary.
nail on the head with his I think it's somewhere in between him being delayed and his hurt that is allowing him to use sex as a vehicle to as a wall, because it seems he's almost using it like the way Nicole was at the shoulders. Who's the girl with the
Mm,
shoulders? Her name Nicole?
yeah.
The way she kind of brought up sex in her relationship, like, are we gonna do it? It's the
Yeah.
same type of like